The dream had been years in the making. James and Alicia had walked past that white-bricked house more times than they could count. It wasn't just any home. It was the house they imagined their children growing up in. A wide front porch, a yard where laughter could echo, windows where sunlight painted the walls gold. For years they had worked overtime, skipped vacations, saved every spare dollar just to one day claim it as their own. And now, they were finally ready. The real estate office smelled of polished wood and expensive perfume. James adjusted his tie, trying to calm the pounding in his chest. Alicia squeezed his hand, her smile soft but trembling with excitement. But the receptionist's smile did not match theirs. She froze the moment she saw the couple. Her voice, sugar-coated yet venomous, dripped across the counter. "I'm sorry," she said. "That property has already been sold." James blinked. He had checked the listing that very morning. It was still available. He leaned closer. "That's not possible. We've been following the listing for months. It hasn't been sold." Her smile thinned. "Perhaps in your community rumors take longer to spread, but here, that home is gone." The words burned. Alicia tried to steady her breathing, but her eyes shimmered with quiet hurt. Around them, others waiting in the office looked on, whispers forming, eyes darting like knives. Moments later, 2 sharply dressed agents appeared from the back. Their laughter wasn't hidden. "Look, folks, let's not waste time. That neighborhood is selective. Families like yours may feel out of place. We have other options for you, cheaper ones, further away." The word cheaper echoed like an insult. Alicia's hand tightened around James. Every humiliation, every subtle dismissal they had endured before, it was all packed into this single moment. But James didn't back down. His jaw clenched, his voice low but firm. "We've saved. We've qualified. We've earned this." The agents exchanged smug glances, their smiles sharp as glass. "Earned? You may think so. But we decide who belongs." Silence fell. Even the receptionist's fingers froze above her keyboard. The couple stood in a room full of eyes, but utterly alone. And then the doors opened. The sound of polished leather shoes echoed across the marble floor. A man in a navy blue suit, tall and composed, walked in. His briefcase gleamed beneath the light, his presence so commanding that every whisper in the office died. It was the bank manager. His gaze swept across the room, stopping at James and Alicia, 2 figures standing against an invisible wall of prejudice. Then his eyes shifted to the agents. "Why," he asked calmly, "is this couple being denied the property they've already been approved for?" The agents stiffened. Their arrogance faltered under his stare. The receptionist stammered. No one answered. The bank manager stepped forward, his voice sharp as steel. "I reviewed this file myself. Their credit is flawless. Their savings substantial. On paper, they're the perfect buyers. Yet here they stand, rejected. Why?" The agents swallowed. The room buzzed with tension. But before anyone could speak, the manager set his briefcase on the counter with a heavy thud. He clicked it open, slowly, deliberately. Inside, cushioned in black velvet, lay a diamond. Not an ordinary jewel, this stone gleamed with a brilliance that seemed almost unreal. Gasps rippled through the office. The manager lifted it with gloved hands, his voice echoing like thunder. "This diamond," he said, "was appraised yesterday. Its value is not just greater than this property, it's greater than every home in this neighborhood combined." The agents' faces drained of color, their mouths opened, then closed like fish gasping for air. "But do you know who owns it?" The manager's eyes narrowed. This couple, every eye in the room, snapped toward James and Alicia. The agents staggered back. "That's impossible! How—" The manager cut him off. His voice was no longer calm. It was fire. Generations ago, James's grandfather mined diamonds under brutal conditions. He worked with bleeding hands while others grew wealthy off his suffering. He was cheated, robbed of the fortune he rightfully earned. But records don't vanish. Justice doesn't die. This stone, this symbol of pain, is now in the hands of his descendants. Today, that injustice ends. The diamond blazed beneath the office lights, every sparkle a reminder of stolen labor, stolen dignity. The crowd was silent. The receptionist's hand trembled. The agent's smugness crumbled into fear. James stepped forward, voice shaking yet powerful. "You only saw our skin. You didn't see our worth. You didn't see the years of sacrifice behind us. To you, we were just another couple to mock, to dismiss. But now, suddenly, you see the diamond. And suddenly we matter. That's your hypocrisy." Alicia's eyes filled, not with pain this time, but with fire. "We didn't just come to buy a house. We came to claim the dignity our family was always owed." The bank manager closed the briefcase with a sharp snap. He turned to the agents, his words final. "The sale goes through. Today. And if there's a whisper of resistance, this office will be exposed in every paper, every broadcast, every court." The agents lowered their heads, the arrogance gone, replaced by shame. The receptionist's fake politeness shattered into silence. The keys were placed into Alicia's hand. Her fingers trembled as she held them, but her eyes burned with triumph. As James and Alicia walked out into the sunlight, the diamonds sparkled through the glass. The crowd inside remained frozen, their laughter gone, their prejudice laid bare. James whispered to Alicia as they stepped into the street, "We didn't just buy a home today. We reclaimed what was stolen. For us, for those before us, for those who will come after, and behind them, the house they dreamed of wasn't just walls and windows anymore. It was justice, standing tall, shining brighter than diamonds."